Hi, it's my first day. I was like, where's my microphone levels? It'd be so great if you actually plugged in your microphone, Tracy Lynn. That would be so smart. We would love to see you do that. Good morning, everyone. Emma Jackson. Oh, sorry, giving your full government name out on the internet. Whoopsie. Hi, Stephanie. And it's like Stephanie Sakura's like, hi, I'm Stephanie A. Sakura. Hi, Holly. Hi. How is everybody? Apologies for the late start. I was kind of struggling today. I was mentioning it in the Discord that my right shoulder awakened me this morning at about 5 a.m. And I was like, wow, that's really uncomfortable. What's going on back here? And I'm like wiggling around. I'm like, surely if I lay flat on my back, I'll be fine. No. Maybe on my side. No. Maybe on my stomach. No. Nothing would make my shoulder feel better. So I was like, all right, bitch, listen, I'm waking up. I'm going to make some damn coffee and I'm going to sit with a heating pad on my back. like an elderly. And you know what? The elderly are right. That worked really well for me today. A heating pad, and then I did some foam rolling. I did some TPT. It's almost like I'm taking my own advice. Are you guys proud of me? Pi hung out with me the whole time. It was awesome. Hi, Miriam. Hi, Emily. I'm gonna make this a little brighter so you can really see my pores and my skin textures. Okay, that looks good. So with all that being said, today's gonna not be our typical flow where TL's at tip top, okay? TL is running on a few less cylinders today. So today will be a little more relaxed. What do you guys think about that? I think what'll be nice for today is if we use some blocks, we'll use some a strap. And we'll just do a little bit of everything to get us feeling tippity-toppity once more. I want to do things that open up, hi Pi, yeah, eat the cords that are connected to electricity. I love that. I love that for us. I don't even remember what I was saying. Blocks, straps. Oh, I know. We're going to do things that are going to open up and kind of spread out the upper back area. So a lot of protracted positions in the shoulders. Yeah, so looking for potentially some eagle arm stuff. I want to do some ground laying stuff, some rollover shit. It'll be nice. Okay, good. Stephanie's on board. Hi, Sharon. Good morning. My hips thank you in advance. Great. Let's do some hip shit too. Can we put ourselves back together, God damn it? Sounds good to me. Okay. Let's do it. Let's see how long we can go. I might not want to make it a whole hour. Maybe we'll do 45 minutes. I don't know. The world is literally our oyster. I need to organize my life behind me. But that's okay. You can admire my t-shirt, inspired by, God, I don't have a light over here right now. But this is my mood. Anybody else here in the Grand Ole USA relate? Okay. I'm gonna pull my mat forward. I'm just in a guillotine kind of mood. Right. That looks good. Yay. Also my mood. Yay, and I'm so glad that we actually have a French person here because I just want us to dig in a little bit to some French attitudes, okay? That's the goal. Let me get a strap. La guillotine. Also, we should just say it like the French. Let's really throw that back in the nostrils. Get into those nostrils with your pronunciation, everybody. I think we should start laying down. Nothing says I'm ready for a chill class like let's lay down. Pi, are you eating spiders in the corner? That's exactly what she's doing. Well, I guess that's pest control for you. All right, seated position. Comedy set commences now. Let's take a couple breaths. Full and complete inhalations and exhalations. I'm breathing, but I'm also vibing to this playlist, which I can't share with you guys or else the YouTube will come after me. All right, let's just go through a little bit of head and neck because again, this shit's all pissed off. So we'll lower our chin down towards our chest. Oh my God, we'll rock one ear to one shoulder, one ear to the other shoulder. Oh, fuck me. Also, just warning you guys, I'm gonna be cursing this entire class because that's how my shoulder feels. Okay, now let's hold the head over to one side. I'm gonna start with my head over towards my left-hand side. And then we'll take our right arm, we'll tuck it right behind us. Good, so kind of like a half bind position. And you can stay right here. Or you can tilt the chin down towards the shoulder and then up towards the ceiling. Hey, there's my little spider muncher. Come here, Pie. My little spooter eater. All right, guys, let's do the other side. Woo! Shake that shoulder out. Again, I just have to baby myself today. I want to move, I want to teach, but I cannot go crazy. Oh my God. Okay, ear over towards the shoulder. And then we'll tuck the opposite arm behind. And we'll go up and down. Opening up chin to ceiling, and then down towards the shoulder. My whole trap muscle, which has just been kind of a chronic thing for the past few years, more like a decade. It's weird when you think about it, right? It just kind of will grip on and hold on sometimes. And it just takes time and stretching. Okay, let's bring everything back towards center. We'll release the little tuck here. And let's go through our seated cat-cow. So roll back, separate the shoulder blades. Oh my God, my pelvis just popped. Jesus. I'm a whole mess today, guys. Try to synchronize with your breath. All right. Now, the next time you bring yourself up, let's take hands towards heart center, interlace, push, press the palms forward, and then try to round and contract one more time. Now, really focus on your shoulder protraction here, so separation. Find the tailbone rolling underneath you. And then let's sit up nice and tall and try to take the arms up towards the ceiling. Great, let's repeat just that. Lean back and lift up. Lean back and lift up. One more time. Lean back and lift up. Now let's take these interlace hands behind our head. We'll wrap our elbows around our head like a little cocoon and bring the chin down towards the chest. Nice, let's open up our elbows, release the hands all the way down. Switch out the crossing of your legs. Great, and then let's try to sit up nice and tall and move forwards as far as you feel comfortable. Ooh. Just got an earthquake alert. That's fun. Welcome to California, everybody. I did not feel it. I've lived in California my whole life, and I am literally the worst at feeling them, so. Let's bring ourselves back up from here. We're gonna lean back, separate our feet, wider than hip width distance. Let's go through some side to side moves here. So knees over to the left, knees over to the right. Now, because I'm keeping it chill, I'm gonna keep my hands behind me. If you want a little bit less chill, you can also bring hands towards your heart center. I do recommend really scooping and contracting as you lean back, or else your butt's gonna start walking all over your mat. So core and abdominal control. Now, next time we're all over towards our right-hand side, let's stay here. Sit up nice and tall, lean forward over the front leg, get into your hip. Now, maybe it's forearms onto blocks, maybe it's hands on the floor. Maybe you feel really comfortable, you can even walk your hands all the way out into a more extended position. All right, if you're down pretty far to the floor, let's bring ourselves up about halfway and then start to move clockwise past your right knee and work your way into a hip flexor and quad stretch. So try to lean away from that left leg. Maybe you bring the right forearm to the floor behind you. While I'm here, I also like to twist. Personally, it always gives me a really nice self-adjustment. All right, let's walk ourselves back through center. Windshield wipe over to the other side. And let's do the same exact thing. Work over the left leg. See if you can walk yourself down any amount. I'm gonna recenter myself. And again, maybe it's hands, maybe it's forearms. Potentially even extending out through the arms. All right, let's bring ourselves back up. And then we'll walk counterclockwise. Leaning away from our right hip, creating a lot of space. Lots of posterior tilt into the hips. Again, I like to twist. All right, let's walk ourselves back through center and up. And we're gonna meet in a tabletop position. So all fours, hands and knees. We've already done some spinal work, so let's bump from right to left. And let's also draw some circles. That way we're getting a bit into our wrists. Good, reverse your circles. All right, let's tuck toes, send it back, downward facing dog. Now, since it's our very first one of these, let's pedal out our legs, wiggle things out a lot. I like to lean from side to side, keeping the hand firmly planted, That way I'm getting into my lats, my ribs. Some people, if you're really tight, you could potentially even feel this kind of stuff all the way down to your hips. All right, now with your next inhale, let's roll forward, high plank, and exhale, down dog. If this feels like a little too much for you, you can always do this from a child's pose position, forwards into a tabletop, or even a tabletop planche. Last two. And last one. Let's walk our way to just standing on our feet. I'm going to the back of my mat because this is where I lift my strap. Now try to hang yourself heavy. Thumbs can go into opposing elbow creases. Oh. And let gravity do some work for you here. All right, now from the bottom, let's roll ourselves all the way up to standing. Open up through the chest, sweep the arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Let's repeat that. Bend the knees, roll it up. Sweep up, inhale, and exhale, forward fold. One last time. Good, let's grab our straps, roll it up. And I'm gonna work with a stretchy band, mainly because I just want as much give as I can while I do this. All right, you can do this exercise standing. You can even come down to a kneel. I'm gonna come down to a kneel position just so that all of me will stay in frame. So here's the pattern that we're going to go for first. So holding wider than shoulder width, we're gonna come around and try to rotate whichever arm is like working behind you versus above, almost like you're trying to internally rotate through the arm. Good. If sometimes thumb directions is kind of the thing that helps you. It's like I'm trying to point my thumbs down to the floor. Okay, now let's bring the band all the way up and back. I'm gonna add on a little bit extra for myself, so as soon as I bring it back, I'm gonna round and contract my shoulders forward. And same when I bring it all the way back to the front. Two more. And nicely done. Let's ditch our strap. We'll toss it to the front. And I'm gonna make sure I have some blocks at the front for myself. I know I have literally blocks everywhere, but I'm just gonna make sure they're up here. All right, whether you're standing or kneeling, let's come back into downward facing dog. All right, now we'll bring our right knee in towards our chest. We'll step our right foot between our hands. You can make space there. Hands can grab onto some blocks. You can hold onto the floor if you're out. And then we're just gonna go back and forth into some flossing. I always love working a floss. All right, now let's keep your front leg nice and long. So whether the back knee is up or down, doesn't matter. And let's open up to the right hand side. So basically a half split twist. It's gonna look the same whether the knee is down or not. Feeling might be a little bit different. If you're looking to preserve your knees, I like doing the knee up version. All right, now let's take ourselves back forward into a knee bend. If your knee is lowered, let's tuck your toe, lift it up, adjust the left foot, turn it out, and I'm gonna take my block that my left hand had right to the inside of my right foot and place my right hand on top. We're gonna go into our side angle position here. So right arm reaching up towards the ceiling. Now, things I see a lot that people don't always realize what they're doing is having this top hip really high. I know this can feel much more comfortable, and if you're a flexible person, it might even be your default. But in order to strengthen our hips, let's try to lower that hip down so it's creating one long line all the way from the shoulder to the foot. Good, let's take a breath in right here. And with your exhale, left hand onto your hip, bring yourself all the way up. Inhale, find a reverse warrior. Nice. With your exhale, bring both of your hands behind you. Interlace, lift through the chest. Now this is gonna be kind of non-typical yoga stuff, right? We're not set up like we're in a warrior one. We're still in those like warrior two-like legs. I want you to hinge the torso forward at a diagonal, like you're taking the right shoulder towards the right thigh. Okay, let's release. Let's bring ourselves back into our warrior two. Now straighten through the front leg, reach the right arm up and back. Amazing. And then let's take ourselves all the way down to the floor. Now, once you're nice and squared off here, foot nice and firm, we'll rock up onto some taller blocks if they're lower, all right? Let's step forward until the left foot is next to the right. Now, a couple of options here, whether you have a chill vibe or a not so chill vibe, because I do want to make this accessible for everybody, okay? If you're feeling like keeping it chill today, then you're just gonna do some pony steps. So you're just bending one knee at a time, getting your little hamstring stretch that way, okay? If you're feeling not so chill today, then you can reach your left leg back behind you and go for some knee to calf taps into your split position or your warrior three. Good, and maybe you just try a few and then bring it back into your pony step. All right, wherever you are doing standing splits or ponies, let's lower down into a shortened kneeled position. So 2 right angles, so not a super deep lunge by any stretch of the imagination. Now, if you get here and you're like, wow, I really want something for my knees, you can double up your mat, or you can even tuck your toe and bring a foam block, specifically a foam block underneath your left knee. That's always like the vibe for me. Cool. Now, once we are here, let's open up our arms nice and wide, like you're gonna give me a hug. Wrap your left arm underneath the right, and let's make an eagle arm. So you can eagle grabbing, like connecting your fingertips together. Also, this is funky for balance. So if you're like, whoa, totally makes sense. If you're unable to connect your hands, sorry, I'm jumping topics. You can wrap your hands around your shoulders, okay? Now let's try to lift our fingertips up towards the ceiling and then round and contract. Bring it up. round and contract. Good, last 3. Last 2. And 1. On that last contraction, let's release the arms. Right hand to the inside, left arm up and over. Side bend. Now at the same time that you're side bending, I want you to push the right arm into the inside of the right leg. Just a little bit of pressure there. Really descend the shoulder, plug it into place. 3. Good, 2. And 1. Let's bring our left hand down onto the floor. We'll spin open into a modified side plank. You can keep your knee on the block if you want. It just adds a little bit of difficulty to balance potentially. But this is also a nice modification if you happen to be somebody with like a longer torso, longer arms, and shorter legs, okay? All right. Now with this leg extended back, we'll reach our right arm up. Kick the heel towards the butt, capture the foot. Start with quad stretch. Pull the heel towards your seat. And then let's kick it open. Make that big circle behind you. If balance feels weird, try just looking straight down at your mat. Nice. All right, let's release. And our final little stop here from our tabletop position is going to be a threaded needle. Now, right arm is going to go underneath the left arm. Try to make a lot of space between the shoulder and ear. Nice. All right, guys. Now to reset us for the other side, I actually want to try a really funky transition if you guys are down. Now we'll bring our legs a little bit closer together. Great. And I want you to cross the left leg behind the right. Work onto some flexed feet. Left hand is going to be in front of your face. We're going to pick up our knees, rotate around. Work into a bridge position. Hopefully you saw that. I'll do it again. Okay, so we threaded, right? We'll cross left over right. I kind of just have my toes, right? Now we'll try to lift our knees, sweep the hips around, and then roll ourselves down. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Oh, I'm already feeling better with that one. All right, now let's get our hands into our kneecaps. We'll take some rocks and rolls. We haven't done any of these. And then we'll come up to a little balance. You can be balanced with your toes onto the floor. You can be balanced with your feet up. You can even reach forward. Last 3, 2, and 1. Let's come through to tabletop shape. I'm going to grab my blocks from the front. Even though I have blocks at the other side, I just still want to work with my foam blocks. Let's go back into downward facing dog. Okay, let's do all that shit on side 2, shall we? That was a lot. All right, we'll step our left foot between the hands and let's floss on side 2. Now I say, because this is a lazy class, you don't have to be such a stickler about like, oh, make sure your hips are super square or else. Sometimes you just gotta do what feels good. All right, now the next time your legs are long, whether it's right knee down or not, let's take it into a twist. Left arm up. Okay, let's return. We'll bend our left knee. And I'm going to take this block that's under my right hand right to the inside of my left foot. Right heel comes to the floor. Let's go into our side angle. Now again, watch for the lifted hip. Try to bring it underneath you. All right, let's take a breath in here. With your exhale, bring it up. Inhale, find your reverse. And with your exhale, bring yourself up. Hands come behind you. Again, we're not going traditional humble warrior stance at all. Interlace, lift up through the chest, take the left shoulder towards the thigh. Okay, let's bring ourselves all the way back up. And we're going to reverse. Take some nice length into the front leg. And then let's head all the way back down to the floor and get ready for our square work. So I placed a block underneath my knee for this. 90-90 lunge. Okay, now let's add on our eagle. Arms up and wide. Take right underneath your left. Feel the shoulder blades really spread out here. Just want to make sure I'm not smothering my microphone. All right, squeeze, pull it in, and lift. Keep working. All right, once you finish off this last one, let's release. Left arm to the inside of the leg, right arm high. Let's side bend. Oh. Try to keep the tailbone nice and long. Okay, let's bring ourselves back up. We're going to spin open, modified side plank position. Again, you can stay on the roller. I keep wanting to call this block a roller. I don't know what's up with that. All right, let's lift up, capture the foot, work for your quad stretch first. I know I'm going perhaps a little out of order. That's how my brain's working today. All right, now open up, create space. Really work that shoulder open. Work the hip open. Nicely done. All right, let's bring it all the way back. We'll lift up our back knee, walk both of the feet forward. And again, chill vibes, pony step. Not so chill vibes. Working your extension and your tap. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard that ankle. Okay, let's bring ourselves back down, and we have one last little bit to do. We're gonna work through our needle thread now. So right hand onto the floor, left arm high, thread left underneath the right. All right, let's do that funky little flip over move again. So because our left arm is underneath us, we're gonna cross our right leg behind. I'm just basically on the toes. Right hand is in front of my face. And then let's flip, rotate. You're in your bridge position. Perhaps a little off center, that's okay. And then we'll roll ourselves down. Now hug your knees back in towards your chest. Again, give yourself a little rock here. Or if you want, take it into happy baby. Soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Grab wherever you can grab. Rock and move however you want to move. Okay, let's hug our knees in. We'll again rock and roll. And our final little shapes that we're going to do today, we are going to work those eagle arms one more time, but work them from a prone position. So we're going to grab, I'm going to use the soft blocks for this. So let's come onto our tummies. Okay, now again, you can do this without your blocks if this is too much. I'm just gonna bring a little bit in front of me, and then I'll bring my right elbow on top. Extend out through the arm, take your opposite on top, and then try to create your eagle arm. I'm gonna move my microphone off to the side. Now you can kind of walk yourself further back. But we're just gonna hang out in this shape for a little while, then we'll switch sides. Let's do 10 more seconds, then we'll switch. All right, let's release. Ooh. Maybe give yourself a little reset moment in like a sphinx. All right. And let's go into side 2. Left arm on the block, extend it so you can hook the other over. All right, let's release. Oh. I had to go nonverbal there for a little while. Your girl was fighting demons. Okay, listen up. We're gonna finish with some floor bow. After this one, I know I keep saying, we're gonna finish. Yes, there's more than one little finishing thing to do, okay? Okay, so floor bow. Let's first start by bending both of our knees so that the feet are coming in towards your seat, okay? Now let's just see about reaching back, thumb facing down, and grabbing for the outsides of your ankles. Sometimes it helps to like lean off to one side and kind of help yourself to get into it. There is also a way if you're unable to grab your feet, you know, I mean, it's nice. I'm wearing these bell bottoms so you can like grab for your pant legs, or even lasso your stuff up with a strap, okay? All right. Let's take a breath in. And with your exhale, kick your feet into your hands. Now, once you're all out of kick, try to lift up, right? This is where I also like to reset a little bit and just grab a little bit lower onto my legs. Good, keep holding that kick. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Release down. Okay. Finishing thing for real now, and then we're all done. We'll cut out a little bit early today. We're gonna do rabbit. So rabbit to me is like the bomb.com best way to spread out my shoulder blades, all right? So if you have your hair all clumped up on top of your head, let it loose, okay? With this one, we come from a kneel. If you've never done rabbit before, I recommend just watching this first one. Yeah, so you're from this kneeling position, you'll bring the crown of your head, so the very center of your noggin, or honestly, anatomically depends, right in front of your knees on the floor. So chin is very much in the chest. Then you're going to reach back with both of your arms and wrap your hands around your heels. Now from here, lift up your hips without putting a bunch of weight into the crown of your head. Pull on your heels and try to lean the upper back forwards. Yeah, so once you kind of got this kind of shape, I just really like to try to lean the upper body away from my hips, really pull onto the heels, create space. All right, let's bring ourselves back and just hang out in a rock position. Adjust the head so that the crown of the head is on the floor. Arms are down by your side, palms facing up. And we'll take 5 more breaths. All right, everybody. Nice and slow. Let's bring ourselves all the way up. Roll out your shoulder a little bit. I hope this was helpful. I definitely felt some things moving around, so hoping that really set me straight for the day. But I'm gonna, again, take my advice on taking it easy and do a shorter class today. So that's it, folks. We have a couple more offerings this week. We'll have our reset class on Wednesday, so that's kind of like really gentle stretching and myofascial release. So if you're into learning about foam rolling or using trigger point therapy balls, 30-minute session, so really nice and short, same exact time as this one. On Thursday, we're gonna have bar class. So that'll be a little later in the day at noon Pacific time, 3 o'clock Eastern. Both of those are available on my Patreon. So if you wanna hop into some other classes with me, see me on there. Thanks, you guys, for coming. Again, hope that was as helpful for you as it was for me. I know not everybody's feeling the same thing at the same time. Oh my gosh. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys feel better. Maybe us people in California needed that little earthquake to shake us up. I could not feel it. Oh, Okay, yeah, I'm feeling some improvement there. God, is there something going on? I know all the retrogrades went direct, but is my shoulder still in retrograde? What the fuck? Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys. That was nice. I heard it before I felt it. Thought it was bass testing. Whoa, that's a trip. Oh, Jess, I just saw your comment on Patreon. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I just have never had a good sense for when they're happening. Even like the really big ones that like made bridges fall down in Oakland and shit. I was like, huh? I'm asleep. Okay, well, I'm glad you guys are okay. Earthquake. Also, I'm going to go up the comments a little bit. Oh, Adrian, so good to see you. I think our shoulders and back were planning a coup together. Yeah, what the hell? Went to the Burn rally on Saturday for all that. Oh, I love that, Nicole. Yay, Nicolette. Marmalade fell asleep on my lap, won't let me up. Oh my God, I love that. Love it. Oh, thank you guys for coming. Also have my workshops and retreats scrolling here in the corner. Costa Rica in July. Some of you will be there. I'm so excited. Dropping in on some planning for that. Very excited to make all that happen. All right, my lovelies, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna put up some laundry that I folded up, maybe eat some more food, some more breakfast, and get the day started. I always love starting my week with you guys. It always sets such a good tone. Yes, have a wonderful Monday, Adrian. Thank you for coming, my love. Glad we could all put our backs and shoulders back together. All right, if I don't see you guys this week on Wednesday or Thursday, then I will see you next Monday. Bisous to you as well, Miriam. Thank you for coming. And I'll see you guys next time. Yay! See ya.